Hey, and welcome back to our podcast series, The Monsters Within. I'm Jennifer Stanley, and today we are shining a light on Enneagram 6. Sixes are known for their loyalty, their diligence, their responsibility, strategic thinking. Sixes are amazing at anticipating and preparing, but there is a little monster that sometimes likes to hijack the Enneagram 6 by hiding out in the shadows. Meet non-productive worry, the little gremlin whispering, I can't be sure of anything, or what if I mess up? If you're a 6 or you know one, this episode is for you. We're going to explore how this monster shows up, how to recognize it, and how to step into courage. This is 9 in 9, Enneagram Wisdom for Life. Let's dive in. All right, before we dive into the monsters within, let's look at what makes an Enneagram 6 an Enneagram 6. Sixes are loyal, responsible, and deeply aware. They are very natural and good at planning, problem solving, and being able to notice what's going on around them, potential risks, challenges. They're great at strategy and coming up with ways to keep themselves safe, other people safe, ways to make sure that whatever plan they choose to put in place is a plan that is going to work. So, those are the superpowers of the 6. But that little monster within is called non-productive worry. And when that creeps in, it's going to sort of twist up that careful preparation and turn it into overthinking and a little bit of paralysis, which will undermine a 6's confidence. So let's define non-productive worry. Non-productive worry is fear that just keeps spinning in your mind long after it's useful. It's not always just about imagining the catastrophic outcome. It can be, but it's not always about that. It's about overthinking to the point of either paralysis, doubting yourself, and basically losing the confidence to take an action. This little monster is in the Enneagram 6's head thinking or saying things like, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I'm wrong about this? I'm not sure I can handle it. It might also whisper things like, what if other people don't support this decision? What if this isn't the best decision? And how do I know if I'm making the best possible choice? So, non productive worry convinces a 6 that they aren't able to really handle life's challenges or make the right decision without extreme preparation, maybe checking in with some person of authority or bringing in like an extra layer of assurance around them. And it just keeps their mind in like a constant state of overdrive. Just to kind of recap, it's more than careful planning. It's the mental overdrive that will freeze an Enneagram 6 out of action. It creates tension in the body. It creates a restless mind and a somewhat constant nagging sense of self-doubt. So, 6s, even though they are so naturally capable and responsible and diligent, the little monster convinces them that they aren't able to really handle what's coming at them or make the right decision or make everybody happy. And that just keeps them in a constant state of overthinking. Okay, so just for example, let's imagine an Enneagram 6 at work and they're preparing either for a big presentation or they've been tasked with an important project for their company. And they've done the work, they've put the hours in, but there's still a sense of self-doubt. And they feel like, oh, I just don't know if this is right, if this is good enough, if this is what the company's looking for. And so they actually then need to like bring in a person of authority, a supervisor, or maybe somebody on their team that's been there longer, and they need that person to like look through the work and reassure them that things are okay. Now, I hope you know that sometimes that is a really appropriate and smart thing to do. It truly is. When an Enneagram 6 is plagued by non-productive worry, it will be that that's what they're reaching for and doing way more than they need to. The work is good. The work is done. They shouldn't need a supervisor or a boss to look at it first, but they just don't trust themselves. So, when you hear me use this example, you need to put it into context. There are times when that is appropriate and times when that's just a sign that the non-productive worry, the fear, the monster is in there with the Enneagram 6. And then finally, an example would be an Enneagram 6 maybe in a relationship, a romantic relationship where they really want to give their heart away, but they're very nervous and full of doubt about maybe making that step to express their feelings or to initiate closeness, because what if they do it wrong, or what if they've mistaken what the relationship really is? They're just not sure. And so their desire for connection could be strong, but that monster is convincing them to just pause, overthink it, and then kind of hold back and not take any action, which keeps them from reaching out, potentially keeping them from the closeness in the relationship that they really crave. Okay, so if you notice as an Enneagram 6 that non-productive worry is in your head and it is spinning in circles and it's got you just full of self-doubt, here are a few things that you could do. First of all, you need to notice when your healthy thinking has crossed the line into overthinking and paralysis. Are your thoughts on an endless loop? Are you doubting yourself for your ability to make a decision or take an action? Pay attention to your body. Do you have a tight chest or a knotted stomach? Are you feeling the urge to fight, to flee, or freeze? Like, those are your internal signals that non-productive worry has taken over. The second thing is to get out of your head. A 6 is from that thinking triad, and when that thinker goes into overdrive, it is just all in the mind. So you really need to drop down into your heart and into your body. Take a walk, notice your heart beating, take a deep breath, fill up your belly. Just ask yourself, what are my emotions telling me right now? What is my body telling me right now? And really practice doing some grounding exercises. These are the things that will shift you from being stuck in your mind and being able to tap into your heart, into your body. That should help you feel calmer and more able to take the right action that you need to take. And then finally, cultivate trust and faith within yourself. And this really takes practice. Ask yourself this question: how can I cultivate trust in myself and in others today? How can I take a risk? We really want to cultivate this courage. And we know courage is not really the absence of fear or doubt. It's being able to take an action and take responsibility for that action in spite of it. So instead of overthinking, just stop and say, okay, how can I cultivate faith and trust in this moment? Now, the ultimate virtue for the Enneagram 6 is courage. Courage is having faith and trust in yourself and in the world around you and in the people around you, even when things are uncertain. There will always be risk. There will always be uncertainty. But stepping into courage allows 6s to transform and go from being overthinker to being confident and taking purposeful action. So if you'd like to have a free PDF, it's just a little cheat sheet as a reminder for the monsters within on each Enneagram type, and also the virtue and a couple of action steps that you can take to move into that. You can get that in the show notes, and it would be my privilege to give that gift to you. Okay, Enneagram 6, remember that your thoughts don't control you, and you are braver than your monster within wants you to believe. So thanks for listening to this podcast series. If you loved this episode, or if you know someone that it could be helpful to, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Everybody needs some encouragement to face the monster in their life today.